Hi learners, in this video I'm going to talk about the steps which are involved in starting a business enterprise. So basically whether a business enterprise is a big enterprise or a small enterprise, these are the 5 steps which one has to follow. The first step is identification and evaluation of the business opportunity. Now, every business enterprise is established only on the identification of a profitable business opportunity. So whether a business is big or small, it can be established only when a profitable business opportunity has been identified by the promoters or by the entrepreneurs who want to establish the business unit. A business opportunity cannot be identified casually. There is a scientific approach which is adopted in order to identify the business opportunity. So basically, to identify the business opportunity, the entrepreneur or the promoters would either conduct a survey or a research. A survey is conducted, where opinions about the customers regarding the existing products, the deficiencies which they find in the existing products or services is solicited. Further, the marketers who or the entrepreneurs who want to establish the business unit also conduct a research in order to find out who are the competitors, which are there in the market, and which kind of products are solicited for whether, and try to analyze the demand and supply gaps for various products. Only when the demand and supply gap is more, that is when the demand for products is more whereas the supply is less, or when the customers are not satisfied with the existing products, there lies a profitable opportunity for the entrepreneurs to exploit the opportunity by establishing their business unit. So once a survey or research is conducted, the entrepreneur will get a brief idea of the proposed business activity. The next step is analyzing the functional aspects of the proposed business, such as analyzing the market conditions, the consumer behavior, the financial support, the legal aspects, okay, regarding the proposed business activity. So basically, when we conduct an analysis of the market behavior for a proposed business, it helps to analyze whether the customers are satisfied with a particular product or not, and what is the growth rate of the market. So an analysis of all this helps to identify the profitable business opportunities. Further, the financial aspects regarding the finance which is needed to establish the business opportunity is also essentially analyzed by conducting a business opportunity analysis. Then the business opportunity is also governed by strong financial support. So basically, this study examines the size of the finance required for the project, whether it can run only on own finance or it has to resort from borrowing from external agencies like banks, and how much amount has to be borrowed, what are the various sources which are available for credit, and the government support in the form of subsidies, incentives, and various other facilities. Further, an analysis should also be made regarding the gestation period of the project. Now, gestation period basically refers to the period or after which the business enterprise will start making profits. Further, the cost of the finance should also be ascertained. And apart from ascertaining the financial aspects, even the legal aspects of the project have to be ascertained. Now, legal aspects basically also determine the type of business opportunity which is available in a particular place. And supposing there is a very good opportunity to start a small manufacturing unit in a particular locality, but the government policy may prohibit the establishment of such a unit because of ecological grounds. Maybe because the a manufacturing unit will emit huge amounts of smoke, and nearby we have a residential locality. In such cases, the government will not give sanctions to establishing a particular unit. So therefore, an environmental analysis may oppose the starting of an industrial estate in a thin forest area, or starting of a manufacturing unit near a residential near a residential area. In such cases, an analysis of the legal aspect will help to avoid all these legal hurdles, or at least to think of a business opportunity which is free from all these legal hurdles. So further, when one is analyzing the business opportunity, even the business environment in which the business enterprise is being established should also be scanned. So basically, there are two types of, basically there are two factors which affect the business environment, that is internal factors and external factors. And analysis of the business environment helps in identifying the opportunities for establishing a business unit, and also helps in determining the threats which may oppose the establishment of a business unit. Further, environmental scanning also helps an organization to determine the optimum use of its resources, and also to plan its business strategy both in the short term as well as in the long term. The external environment of a business is also called as the uncontrollable environment because basically the external environment consists of factors which are beyond the control of the business. And the external environment is further divided into two components, that is macro environment and micro environment. Now, macro environment comprises of aspects like the demography of a particular population, the economic environment of the country in which the business is being established, the technological environment of the and the political and the legal environment, as well as the socio-cultural environment of a particular country where the business is being established. And the microenvironment includes factors which are which are external to the business but which have a direct bearing on the business activities, like the suppliers, the intermediaries, the customers of a business unit. On the other hand, internal environment refers to the controllable factors. So these are basically factors which can be controlled by the entrepreneur or the promoters of the business. Some of the internal environment factors are the plans and policies of the organization, the human resource requirements, the financial and the marketing resources of the business environment, the corporate image and brand equity. The second step in establishing or in starting a business enterprise is developing a business plan. A business plan is like a guide which helps in giving a description of the future directions of the business. A good business plan is important not only for developing an opportunities but also for determining the resources which are required in order to start up the business enterprise. So, a business plan is often an integration of functional plans like the marketing aspects of the proposed business venture, the finance which is required to establish the business venture, the manufacturing facilities which are required to to establish the business venture, and also the human resources which are required in order to establish the business venture. For, Further, the resources needed for starting the venture should also be determined. Now, this process of determining the resources starts with the appraisal of the existing resources which are already there with the entrepreneur, if any. Further, the resources which are critical must be distinguished from the resources which are easily available, and also an analysis should be made regarding the sources of supply for the various resources. And the entrepreneur should also try to structure a deal with the with the suppliers, which helps the entrepreneurs to acquire the resources at the least possible cost and at the least cost control. So availability of resources and especially raw materials is essential for the establishment of a business enterprise. The next step is project appraisal and feasibility plan. Now, establishing a business unit involves and requires preliminary study of several factors which is associated, and the study of these associated factors helps in evaluating the different alternatives which are available. So, for the purpose of evaluating the various alternatives which are available, it is necessary to conduct a project appraisal and a feasibility plan of the proposed business ventures. For each of the proposed business, it is always necessary to prepare 2 or 3 plans considering the existing resources and also the competencies of the entrepreneur. So, in order to analyze the feasibility of the proposed business venture, a feasibility plan is prepared. By preparing a feasibility plan, a project idea is examined in the context of the internal and external constraints which are there, and after the feasibility report basically provides all types of data pertaining to the proposed business, and this is a draft report which consists of the techno-economic analysis, the project design, the network analysis, and all the input analysis for a proposed project, the financial analysis of the proposed project. So, by preparing a feasibility plan, the profitability of the proposed business venture should also be ascertained. And finally, the project appraisal and feasibility plans gives directions to establish the business venture. And the last, after evaluating the various alternatives, the most profitable business venture is chosen. And finally, the last step in establishing of a business enterprise is managing the venture. So once the entrepreneur establishes the business venture, it is essential that the various steps which are involved in establishing the business enterprise. After that, the managing of the venture is also crucial. Operational problems of a growing enterprise should also be examined, and this involves implementing a management style and structure as well as determining the key variables for success. Further, proper control systems should be placed once the business unit is established, so that if there is any deviation from the set standards or from the proposed plans, the deviations are monitored before the business house incurs any major losses. So these are basically the steps which are involved in establishing a business enterprise.